Welcome back to the SCG Show. I'm your host, SCG, and if you're new here, welcome. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and please check out the links in my description below. With that being said, let's get into today's video, the best college or university degrees for you to study. It's one of the most debated and divided pieces of content on YouTube. It's, should you go to college? Is college worth it anymore? What's the point in college, university, and everything? Well, it really depends. The way I see it, in the UK and in the US, it's quite expensive to go to college. Tuition fees are always on the rise, and I'm not against that or for it, but I'm just accepting that that's the case of university fees. When I first went to university, because I'm actually a college dropout, believe it or not, I was paying £1,000 a year. Now it's gone up to £9,000 a year, and it probably will increase even more. And that's just your tuition fees. That's not your maintenance fees. Now, I don't know how much it costs in the US, but I can imagine it's extremely expensive, even more for them. So what we're noticing is it is actually an investment. You can't see it as, oh, I've just got to go because all of my friends are going. I'm going to feel left out, FOMO, all of this other stuff. No, it actually goes much deeper than that. Believe it or not, this is a true story. I was sat on a train with a lecturer from a very prestigious university in London, and he basically said to me, it's now becoming a money-making opportunity for most of these colleges. What they're doing is they're creating new courses, extending an extra year because it's just more money for the colleges and the universities. And on top of that, what they're doing is they're also making fundamental and introductory courses such as foundation years. So there'll be degrees like, for example, dentistry or whatever. They'll do a foundation degree, which you don't really need to take. But again, it's just that extra year. And most colleges and universities in the UK are actually targeting senior citizens, as in people over the age of 60 and 65 who are retired or don't have much to do with their life, and obviously have come into a bit of money from their pension and their retirement fund to go and study at university because it's something for them to do. So you have to understand this is a money-making opportunity for these colleges, for these universities. But I'm not saying they're profiting off people, but I'm not saying also that you can't profit off people. Just because I'm a college dropout and Bill Gates was a college dropout and these other people, Mark Zuckerberg, doesn't mean that these people didn't continue to learn and apply their genius and apply their teachings to something else. You see, being a college dropout from Harvard, but then obviously having an idea with computers and IT allowed Bill Gates and Zuckerberg to create their empires, obviously. Being a community college dropout and you want to become a famous rapper or singer, I'm not saying that you can't achieve that, it's a little bit of a difference. You have to start seeing that college, university, whatever degree you want to study or whatever degree you want to take on is actually an investment. Yes, it's going to cost your time, it's going to cost your energy, it's going to also cost your wallet. You will be getting into debt, you will be taking on a loan in case, let's say, your parents decide to fund your education or whatever, maybe you fund it yourself. I don't know how you're going to do it, but it is an investment. That's why it's very, very important to make the right choice. Now, I'm not a careers advisor, and like I said, I'm a college dropout, but I've become successful doing what I wanted to do, which is my own business. I run different businesses as well as this YouTube channel. This is a new project I'm working on. I'm not saying that you should not go to the college or university and start a YouTube channel, but I'm saying whatever you're going to do, you need to do the research. And that's what I did. I was speaking to two youngsters under the age of 25 who had just completed university degrees. One had studied media studies and the other person had studied business studies, and neither of them could get a job. And whatever job that they could get would be a very low paying graduate starting salary of 20,000 odd pounds in the UK. I don't know what that translates to in US dollars. Please write below. So essentially, was it worth them getting 30, 40, some of them £50,000 worth of student loans debts with their maintenance fees as well as their tuition fees? Possibly not. I would see it if I was to go to college and I was going to invest that amount of money into a degree to see what would give me the ultimate best return. But obviously, you're going to have to work hard, you're going to have to study hard. And I've got the three best paying degrees that you might overlook and you might not think is worth it. But if you actually do the research and look into it a bit more, you might see that, yeah, it's worth it. If I was to choose this degree or think about choosing this degree, then I can actually get into a very high paid, well paying job, which would just give me more and more salary and more career options the more I work and the more qualifications I get, even post degree if I do a master's. So let's have a look at the top 3 college and university degrees that, in my personal opinion, are worth it. Bear in mind, the big decision about what to study at university or college can be very important for your future earnings. See, 5 years after graduation, the income gap between students who study the subjects that attract the highest and lowest salaries can be considerable. That's why graduates of medicine and dentistry earn on average in the UK £46,000 and above, while those who studied dentistry can still earn around over 40,000. Probably comes as no surprise to you that medicine and dentistries are up there. At the end of the day, people always need medicine, they always need doctors, they always need somebody to look at their teeth, to clean their teeth, to perform root canal, and so on and so forth, those horrible jobs, and they have to be very skilled and very qualified. But those earnings are really, really good. If you look at the creative arts, for example, such as art and design or media studies, that's almost 50% less than what people who study medicine and dentistry get. So if you've come up with a media study degree in the UK, you're probably going to earn around £20,000. And this study was released by the BBC. So it's quite interesting that. So isn't it better to get a more skilled degree, considering, yes, you're going to be studying a little bit longer. Medicine could take up to 7 years. I'm not sure how long dentistry is. It depends on how qualified you want to be or become a dental hygienist or whatever. But these are jobs that are always going to be needed. In fact, as technology improves, and so does our social standards in the West as well, there's something called digital doctors, which essentially will be people will use apps and call people like Uber to come and see them, and they pay a subscription fee, and you will be the doctor or you'll be the dentist that will go to perform medical emergencies to people. And this is a new idea, it's in a beta stage, but regardless of that and regardless of technology, people will always need doctors and they will always need dentists. So it is a wise decision to certainly consider one or two of those subjects. And of course, you don't have to become a doctor. You could become a scientist. You can become a biologist. Medicine is such a broad subject. And so is dentistry, to be fair. But do not neglect those. And it's no surprise that those 2 subjects or brands or strands of those subjects are at the number 1 most worth degrees to study for at university or college. Not a surprise at all. Now, shortly following the salaries of potential graduates from the subjects of medicine and dentistry comes those who study economics and maths. Yes, it's about 46,000 for graduates who study those 2 subjects, and only 40,000 from people who study economics and maths. And the career growth is absolutely unbelievable for these subjects. I mean, you could become a finance analyst, mean that you are constantly looking at the market cap, the FTSE 100, all of those things. You could become a trader, but do it legitimately, not like the Wolf of Wall Street, please. You could be a business consultant, you could be a finance consultant, you could be an actuary, and you could obviously become a lecturer. Maths is such a sought after subject. And if you're good with numbers, I was very good at maths, but if you're good with numbers, or you enjoy numbers, you enjoy algebra, you enjoy formulas, mathematicians and obviously economists are really, really sought after. And as you can see, there's so many different types of careers and jobs that you can go into from this. And students who study economics in, for example, the London School of Economics, one of the best schools for this subject in London, they do extremely well, and graduates earn more than £300,000 by the time they're in their early 30s. So think about your student fees and your loans. You would have paid that off by then tenfold, and you're earning such huge salaries. And there's no wonder that a lot of people are going into those subjects, but you've got a choice. I mean, medicine, dentistry, if that's not for you, if you're a bit squeamish, don't like blood, you're not into science, use numbers. These degrees are not easy, but economics, maths, really, really, really sought after, and it's no surprise it's number 2 in the highest earning jobs and career opportunities after medicine and dentistry. Third and final degree might come as a complete surprise to you. And as you can see from the image here, why is there a dog here? Well, I'll tell you. Veterinary science is one of the highest paying careers that graduates can get into from university or college. Yep. So if you love animals, or you have a real passion and desire for animals of all kinds and all sorts, because so many people are, veterinary science is for you. And it is an absolutely booming industry because more and more people are having more and more pets and more different types of pets. You've got lizards, you've got snakes, you've obviously got dogs, cats, and different other things like even birds, everything, exotic birds, all sorts. But of course, in most people's catchment areas and local areas, there's not many vets going around. There's not many people who can help administer to the ailments of their pets and their beloved animals. Pets are now part of people's family more than ever before, and there was a surprising study that people are more likely to spend several $100s or thousands of dollars on their pets than themselves when it came to medication. So this is an opportunity that you do not want to miss out, especially if you love animals. And in terms of the salary, it's about £35,000 on average at the timing of this video. So it's only £10,000 less than medicine and dentistry. Obviously that's more high paying, but the room for growth is huge. And if you're a bit entrepreneurial, you can end up setting up your own veterinary practice, or you could do a mobile veterinary practice. I hear of people in the US that actually have a 999 veterinary business, where basically if their pet starts to feel a bit ill or sick suddenly, they call this number, or they pay a subscription fee, and a vet will come out and perform immediate surgery, or give the immediate medication and needs to that pet. So if you've got a passion for animals, or you love animals, do not miss this opportunity. And of course, it's even high paying as well. Ultimately, whatever you decide to choose to study, it's your choice. Don't listen to YouTubers telling you not to go to college if you really do want to go to college. It's actually a lot harder to make it in this world without any form of education. And if you do decide to drop out, throw yourself into a business, throw yourself into a trade. It's not the end of the world. You need to have some form of learning. I taught myself in my business and I never gave up. But of course, it's your life. It's your decision. Whatever you decide to do, don't just do it because your friends are going to this college or because your parents want to. I've given you 3 examples of the top high-paying jobs. I can't help but have my business brain on. I can't help but think it is an investment. So if I'm going to invest the time and the energy and of course the finances into it as well, I want it to be beneficial to me. But perhaps you guys have got a recommendation of a degree that I've left out that you want to share with people. You could have a massive impact on somebody's life who wants to study something but they're not sure how, and financially it could pay it could pay dividends for them. Please share it below, or please tell me if I'm wrong about something, whatever. I did some research, I could be wrong, but I'm just trying to help, just trying to share my ideas with people and help people in what could be a very career defining and life changing decision. But don't forget to please like, comment and subscribe. And this is SCG signing off.